In this video, we're fishing at the bottom of a cliff, trying out some different styles of lures. Some of the lures are basic, traditional styles, but a couple are a bit more unusual. I used the underwater camera to see how they swim and how the fish react to them. Then we used the most successful lure to catch a few fish to take home for dinner. Welcome back to the channel. I'm at one of my favourite deep water marks today, and I am going to fish off the other side of these rocks, but there was a massive seal there when I turned up, so I've hid round here and I'm hoping that he's not going to follow me around. But while we're here, I'm going to try out some of my new lures with the underwater camera. I've got some new soft plastic lures to try, so I want to see how the fish react to them. And then later on, depending on how we do, I might go back to using some of my favourite metals. First up is this really cool looking squid lure. I've never used a lure like this before, so I didn't really know what to expect. The lure looked great in the water, and on the very first cast, a big pollock came in to check it out. We didn't hook that one, but it was good to see fish showing interest straight away. On the next drop, two more fish came in for a look. A couple of casts later, a fish followed, and it had a nibble on the tentacles, but it didn't commit to eating. This happened again. The fish definitely liked the look of this lure. I wonder if adding some scent to this lure would get more fish to bite. A couple of casts later, a much more aggressive fish came along. The lure had a great motion in the water, and this pollock wasn't messing about. Fish on! The squid! Oh, it's a decent fish as well! The fish tried to get into the kelp, but luckily it's not very dense in the winter. Yeah! I mean, that squid looked so good, it had to catch a fish. Quality! There it is. First pollock on the squid. Decent fish. Decent fish for winter anyway. We'll get them unhooked and get them back in quickly because it is a little bit small for keeping. I had a few more casts with the squid lure, and I got a few more follows, but no takers. I done a full video on this camera showing all its features and using some different lures. I'll link that at the end of this video, and there's a discount code in that too. Next up was this really weird lure. It's a bit like a squid as well. I really just bought this because I'd never seen anything like it before, and I wanted to see if something this weird would actually catch fish. On this drop, a small fish did come in and have a look, but that was as close as we got with this one. This lure looked surprisingly good coming through the water. It had a nice wobble on it, so I will try this lure again sometime. I'm going to try another plastic, this kind of ribbed sand eel. I've done well with micro versions of lures like this before, so I had quite high hopes. On the first drop, a fish did check it out. It followed when I retrieved it as well, and it did have a little swipe. Fish were coming in for a look, mostly as the lure dropped down to the bottom. This was happening a lot with the soft plastics the last time I used the camera as well. Again, this lure looked good coming through the water, but it didn't get any hits. So I put on my most reliable lure. The classic 40-gram metal. And when nothing else works, this usually does. So I'm thinking we're going to get a fish on this. But let's see. On this cast, 3 small fish all came in for a closer look. On the next cast, they came back, and one took it. There we go, fish on! Not, oh, I've lost it! I thought I'd hooked up again here, but it was just a snag. The next cast, after hooking that fish, we got snagged and lost the lure. I'm not sure if I've got another one the same. I've not got one the same, but I've got one the same general shape and the same weight. This one's just a bit shinier, which I don't think is going to be a bad thing. We soon had another fish on, just a little one this time. Tiny little pollock. It's absolutely stunning though. Look at the patterns on it. Beautiful. Gorgeous little fish. We'll get them back in. On this cast, we hooked up again, but it wasn't a species that we were targeting. Well, I didn't expect to catch that. That's a spiny starfish, and that's actually a really small one. They get, I think, up to about 70 centimetres across. Really cool creature. And you don't really get them on the east coast. They're more a west coast species. We'll get them back in. Next, I tried this realistic soft plastic. It's even got a piece of foil moulded inside, so it gives off a bit of a shine. Similar to the other plastic lures, this one got a lot of interest on the drops. This fish had a look but it didn't follow it up from the bottom. We did get one follow, but it didn't take. After a couple more casts, a seal moved in. You can see it here on the left of the screen. I didn't know it was there until I got home and I watched the footage back. So I did test another lure, but the seal probably scared away all the fish and we didn't have any luck with that one. I moved along from the cliffs to this corner and I put back on the 40g metal, since that one had hooked the most fish. Because I wasn't using the camera anymore, I switched over to a lighter rod. Should be a better fight on this. Bit more fun. Fish on. I think it's a small one. Good size coley. Fish on. Ah, it's a little pollock. I was hoping it was another coley. Hey buddy. Yes! I think that's a... Well, it's hard to tell, but if it's a coalfish it's a keeper. If it's a pollock it's a little bit small. It is a pollock. Nice little pollock. Not big enough though. Right, we'll see you in a few years. I think that's a better fish. It felt really strong at first. It's coming in quite easy now though. Come on, be a big coley. Yeet! Yes, another nice coalfish. Oh, this feels a little bit bigger. It's not a massive fish though, so I hope it's a coley. It is. Another coalfish. So we've got 3 now. I think that's plenty.
We had enough coalfish, but I was surprised that there was no big pollock here. So I went back to the cliffs for one last try.
There we go. Yes. Feels like a decent fish. Pretty well hooked. I'll just lift him. Nice. It's kind of borderline on size for keeping. I don't really like keeping them at that size though. So hopefully we'll get a couple of bigger ones. Oh, had a hit. Got it. This one feels a bit better. Oh, he's staying really deep. Let's try and get him up, away from all the structure. Come on. Oh, it's about the same size. He's about the same size, but he's not hooked in the mouth. And they always feel a lot stronger if they're full hooked. I think we're going to keep this one actually. So unfortunately that hook is right in his eye. I wasn't going to keep that fish, but he was hooked in the eye. You can see it's blood and there's actually air bubbles under the lens as well now. So I've just kept this fish. A little bit small compared to what I usually like to keep.
It was unfortunate that this fish couldn't go back, but we had a great day's fishing. It was good to try out some of the new lures, and overall it was really successful, especially for winter. As I said earlier, I've done another video using this camera, trying different baits and lures. That video is linked on the screen now, and there's a discount code in that video if you want to get one of these Camexes for yourself. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.